to a Wednesday episode of The Luke Kelly Show. Thank you so much for hitting play wherever you listen to the podcast at. It is Wednesday, so that means you get a Smut Tale, but you get a Smut Tale without my lovely wife being here. She is up visiting her family, but don't worry, she sent me a nice little quote from a book that she was reading, and I just read over it before I started to do this podcast. It's a lot better than 2 weeks ago. Not last week, the week before. It's real juicy. It's going to get you going today. Gonna get you going. Gonna get you going. Let me tell you what. At least I have this podcast to record while Nora's gone. Because being by yourself and just having no one to talk to, oh man, makes you feel real lonely. So at least I'm able to talk to you for the next 20 to 30 minutes here on the Luke Kelly Show. So I get to use my voice today. That's something that I've been looking forward to doing all damn day. Used it at the grocery store too. Did that. I had to go into Aldi today. I love going into Aldi. Aldi might be one of the most underrated grocery stores. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that because now it's starting to get a lot of love. A lot of people out there are starting to really show their love for Aldi because I don't know about for you, but growing up for me, Aldi was one of those stores that you did not want to be caught dead shopping at. If you showed up to school with some of your snacks being Aldi brand, you were going to get made fun of. Ew, you eat that stuff? That's gross. That's for poor people. I got that a couple of times. And I remember the soda that Aldi used to have. They don't have it anymore. It used to be called Wildwood. That was actually some really good stuff. The colas, they had a whole bunch of different flavors. That stuff was so good. And you would buy it by a case. Not like a 24-pack, not like a normal one. But there would be like different 6-packs, I think. And then it would be in a cardboard box and you would just pick it up and put it in the cart. Yeah, I remember my parents shopping there a couple of times. Not often, but they did every once in a while. And I think I told my mom once, I was like, hey, Mom, the kids at school made fun of me for having these cheap brand snacks. Can you put these in like little baggies the next time you put those in there? Sure enough, she did. It's a mother's love right there. Wanted to make sure I wasn't bullied for bringing the poor snacks. Don't worry, they're still damn good, too. One of my favorite childhood school snacks were those little cheese, the little sticks with the cheese at the bottom inside of a cup. You know what I'm talking about? Those were so good. They're little breadsticks. They had cheese at the bottom. And I'll tell you the weird habit that I had with those. I used to put all of the breadsticks, that is, into the cheese and kind of make it look like a little birthday cake with the candles out on top. And then I would twist them out, and then I would pull each breadstick out and eat it. And then if there was any extra cheese left over in that little cup, I would take my finger and just, boom, swipe it around there, get a huge load of cheese on there, and pop it into the mouth. Cheesy. That was so good. Either with the breadsticks or the pretzels. Those were always good. And you could always get those at Aldi. And at that time, they were like 50 cents for like a 6-pack. So good. Oh, the memories. Oh, the memories. You know, school's starting back up here in the Louisville area. I don't know if it started back where you live. But I know it's starting back up here in Louisville. So maybe on Monday, we'll have to do a top 3 of the best school snacks. I don't know if we've already did that. I'll have to go back and take a look at my notes. But we'll have to do a top 3 of either like top 3 school snacks that you would bring in your lunch or top 3 hot lunch items that you would get at school. That's what I think that we should do. Let's get away from that. Let's stop talking about that. That was just that just popped in my head because I was talking about Aldi in a little bit. I did get that text message from Nora with this quote, and I'm going to have to zoom in because I'm getting old and my eyes suck, of this quote that she sent me. And this is from, let's see, Den of Vipers A girl is sold to a mafia, and the four guys have their way with her. Ooh. All right, so that's basically a little bit about it. Here's the quote. Garrett, do you think if Diesel held her head with his cock in her mouth and Kenzo restrained her hands, you could fuck her pussy? Garrett looks at me seriously, and I freeze. Even as Diesel runs the knife up and around one of my nipples, and Kenzo's tongue laps at my pussy with teasing little strokes like I'm his favorite dessert, making me whimper and want more. Yes, he nods. Good. Brother, get her nice and wet for him. Then you get her hands until he's done. Wow. I hope I read that correctly. I don't know. Sometimes when I read stuff aloud, I feel like I'm not reading it right. But I can't believe this book is about a girl that's sold to a mafia, and the four guys just do whatever they want with her. That is definitely some book level, movie level stuff. Like, I don't think that, I mean, there's been rumors of stuff like that happening, but that was a juicy one. That sounded like something that Lisa Ann would be into. She would be all for that. I wonder if she does read those books. Like, I'm thinking people that write smut, people that write for adult, for porn, I'll just put it that way. They have to, like, do research. If you're a smut author, you have to be watching porn. If you're a porn director, you have to be reading some of this smut to get yourself some ideas. You know, you gotta evolve. You can't just have the pizza boy deliver the pizza and do that scene so many times. You can't have the dad and the babysitter sort of thing go on and on and on. You got to develop a storyline. How do people get connected? It's through storylines. Doesn't matter if it's about porn. People still want to feel that compassion that's there, especially when they're reading something like that. Nora shared this girl on TikTok who you might have seen on TikTok. She was reacting to like a whole bunch of country stars' songs and the way that they looked and how she can't believe it took her so long to start listening to country music because all these men were just so beautiful. Well, now she's reading smut books. And she is going wild when she's reading these smut books. Keeps talking about how her kitty is just getting all sorts of wet while she's reading these books. And I'm like, man. For a second, I was like, man, I thought I was embarrassing Nora having her read these smut tales every single week. But here's this girl on TikTok just talking about everything and everything she is feeling when she's reading these books. She goes crazy. She's very entertaining. I don't know her name. I feel so bad because, like I said, she is so entertaining. Absolutely love her. I'm going to have to go back onto her TikTok and watch some of her videos because she has one of those voices, one of those laughs that when you hear it, you're like, oh, she's fun. She's a good time. It doesn't matter what she's doing, she's going to have a good time. I think her name's Kiera or something like that. She's funny. So there you go. There's your do-do-do-do-do-do-do Smut Tale without Nora this week. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do Smut Tale without Nora this week. I got to get better at reading. If I have to do that every once in a while, if I have to read a quote from one of the books, I got to do a better job reading. Blame Stager School District 194. That's where I went. I guess they didn't teach me. I mean, they taught me the fundamentals of reading. But I was in I think it was Title 1. And I think I told you that before. So maybe I just hear myself reading and it doesn't sound right. Or maybe I'm not reading it right. Maybe I got dyslexia too. I could see that. I totally could see that. Man, I would have all sorts of problems with myself. Seriously. Since I'm by myself, I just have nothing but time to go on Twitter, to go on TikTok, and just watch and read a whole bunch of crazy stuff and see all the latest and greatest things that are going on in the fast food world. I saw an article that right now Chick-fil-A is testing wings in some markets, like chicken wings. Chick-fil-A is good with chicken. I'm not going to say great with chicken. I'm not going to be the one that always puts Chick-fil-A at the top because I don't think Chick-fil-A is that at that level. I think it's good. All right. But they're chicken wings. I would be interested in trying these because I've seen them in different flavors like lemon peppers, smoked wings. So they're going to offer some variety. I would devour those. I would get a little 8 count, 10 count, whatever they're going to come in. As soon as they hit here in Louisville, I would devour those things. If they're good, we're going to have a problem. Although I don't think fast food wings can be all that good. They could be good for a fast food wing, but I don't think they could ever be as good as like a real wing. Some of my favorite wings are smoked wings. There's a couple of restaurants here in Louisville, FDKY and Mama's Mustard and Pickles, that have really good smoked wings. So I would choose those over a fast food wing at any time. But if you give me the option of like in a pinch, I could get wings through a drive-thru, then yeah, sure, I'm going to eat them if they're reasonably priced, because I think that Chick-fil-A is going to introduce these wings and have an outrageous price tag on these. I don't want to pay an arm and a leg for fast food wings because at that point, then I'm just better off going to a nice barbecue restaurant and getting their wings. I would rather pay 60 cents more a wing, maybe even almost a full-on dollar more a wing to get a better quality than Chick-fil-A. But I also saw something very interesting. I don't know if Chick-fil-A has test markets per se, but I kept seeing this on TikTok that one of the places that was offering some of these chicken wings actually was offering more than just chicken. They were offering burgers as well. See, this is where I think Chick-fil-A is going to get in trouble. Don't try and venture out. Stay true to who you are. Be the chicken people. Don't try to be the chicken and the burger people. Don't try and do that. There's a company called McDonald's that has a big head start on you on that. Focus on the one thing that you're good at. That's why there's a lot of respect there for Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's goes, we're good at chicken strips. That's what we're going to do. Chicken strips, fries, and toast. We'll throw some coleslaw in there, and we have some homemade sauce as well. It's like Raising Cane's knows what they're doing. They perfected it. They're going to stay to that. Whenever you hear an interview with the CEO, he says that all the time. Like, we're never changing that. But Chick-fil-A, I think they're trying to class it up a little bit too much. They've been popping up all over the place. And I think that now has Chick-fil-A thinking that they can go and do whatever the hell that they want to do because they're so successful as a company and they're up there as one of the biggest fast food chains in America now. But it's because you were good at one thing. You specialized in that. McDonald's, the reason why they were so good is because they were kind of like the inventor of the fast food game, trying all these different things. McDonald's chicken sandwich is not good. Their burgers really aren't that good either. You have to sacrifice something when you're starting to look into developing a new product. And I don't want anything to slack when it comes to Chick-fil-A. Even though it's overpriced, I'll still get it every once in a while. It's a good little change of pace when you're doing fast food, right? Like if you're on a road trip, you don't want to constantly be eating at McDonald's. You'll mix in a Chick-fil-A. But then that fast food trip is like $40 for you and someone else because they charge you for everything. Everything's a markup there. So soon you could be seeing Chick-fil-A have wings, maybe even burgers. I'm not there for it. Not at all. I told you I went to Aldi earlier. This ties into the whole chicken thing. I was like, man, what am I going to do for lunch? What am I going to do for dinner tonight when I went grocery shopping? I was like, man, I have no idea. I walked the store. And Aldi's not the biggest store in the world, but I walked the store twice. Both times I'm like, I don't know what I want. Finally, I get to the frozen food section again, and I see a bag of chicken strips. I'm like, you know what? Hell with it. I'm going to get some chicken strips. I could get a full-ass bag of chicken strips of what it would be for 3 at Chick-fil-A or 4 over at Raising Cane's. But I really love Raising Cane's because their sauce is so freaking good. The Raising Cane sauce is fantastic. So I did myself a little research on the Googles, and I was looking up Raising Cane sauce copycat recipes. And I read so many different ones because I wanted to see what was the difference in some people's. Like, what was the twist that they were putting on it? So I looked and I saw all the ingredients that were pretty much similar between all of them. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to put all this stuff in there. Maybe it'll taste exactly like Raising Cane sauce. I hope it does. I haven't used it just yet. Every recipe I saw was like, do this mixture, let it sit in the refrigerator for 2 hours. I hope after this 2-hour mark, once I make these chicken strips, that it tastes exactly like cane sauce. If not, I'm going to be really upset because I wasted a lot of mayo, and it usually takes us a while to go through mayo because we don't put mayo on all that much in this house. So I'm hoping that it tastes pretty good because I don't want to waste food. I'm cheap ass. Groceries were expensive for the week, okay? So I don't want to do it. Groceries are so expensive right now. Did I buy some stuff that we didn't need? No, because I made a list and I stayed true to that list, except when it came to those chicken tenders. Oh, man. So I'll let you know on Monday how that Raising Cane's copycat sauce was. If it's good, I'll let you know because I'll probably want to bathe in that because cane sauce from actual Raising Cane's, I feel like sometimes I do want to bathe in it. And lick it off myself. It's so damn good. Keep telling you about this show, Accused, Innocent, or Guilty, or whatever it is. It's called Accused, Guilty or Innocent and Guilty, one of those two. I keep binge watching this show because I'm addicted to it, and I have nothing better to do. I have a lot of downtime right now, and I'll explain that to you coming up soon on why I have a lot of downtime right now. But I'm watching this show, and I'm seeing people go to court, and I'm seeing these people that have to sit in front of a jury. I don't think there should be a jury system in the United States. I think it's one of the most outdated things that you could possibly do. At least if you're going to have a jury system, there needs to be a baseline of IQ. There needs to be a baseline of some sort of knowledge of actual laws and regulations that are put in place. I don't think your peers should be the one deciding on if you're going to spend your life in prison. There's a way that I think we should go about it. One, there's a judge sitting up there. I think the judge went through enough law school and everything in order to get to that point to be able to sit as an honorable. We should have people that go to school to be people that do jury. Maybe that should be something that we look into. Because I don't think a regular jury system is it. It's like, it's your civic duty to go and do jury duty. It shouldn't be. It should not be considered a civic duty to go and do jury duty. Because I know some people that have had to do it, and I'm like, that person has my life in their hands? No, I know what they do, and morally, they're not very good with their life. So why in the hell would I want them to be the person that judges me? It's just weird. I've always found the jury system to be odd. There needs to be more research done, and there needs to be bigger conversations had about changing that. I don't want to make this political or anything, but I just think in the year 2022 that there should be a better way to convict someone of some sort of crime that they committed that faces jail time or something. We have to have better technology out there. Why can't we implement it? I'm sure there is better technology out there. There's good technology for everything. And there has to be in that world too. And I don't know. I just always think it's weird when you have lawyers that stand and preach in front of a jury. It's man, these people are easily persuaded. Why? Why are they sitting over there and they have someone that is probably more educated than them trying to prove their point and twisting each other's words? Someone, philosophy, psychology, would be better equipped to be on the jury, to be able to actually read that lawyer in a better way, so that way the best outcome could come out of that court case. I don't know what you do, but like I'm saying, there's got to be some better technology. There has to be a better way that we judge people and how their crimes are going to be guilty or innocent. I'm going to lobby for that. Hey, let's get rid of that system. It seems so outdated, doesn't it? Seems laughable to me, actually. Seems laughable. Well, all right, that's going to do it. That was just a little observation that I had about the jury system after watching Accused, Guilty, or Innocent. So I thought I would pass that along with you. That was running through my brain a lot. All right, I'll talk to you on Monday. We'll have another top three. Like I said, it's going to be somewhat school-related since kids back here in Louisville are going back to school. It's going to have to do with food because school lunches are, huge hit. Absolute huge hit. You remember that. So nostalgic. So nostalgic. Talk to you on Monday here on The Luke Kelly Show.